Welcome back to Von Blues Boxing, man. What's going on with everybody today, man? So I wanted to give my predictions for the Jamel Herring versus Carl Frampton 130-pound junior lightweight WBO title is on the line. Jamel Herring is currently the WBO 130-pounder junior lightweight champion. He's taking on Carl Frampton, two-time, two-division champion, unified champion. He was a WBA and IBF champion at 126 pounds. He's been around. He was 2016 Fighter of the Year from the BWA, Boxers Writers Association. He also got it from ESPN. So we know about Carl Frampton. Carl Frampton has been in some pretty good memorable fights. He had a two-fight rivalry with Leo Santa Cruz, which he won a majority decision and lost a controversial majority decision. He also beat Lee Selby. He also lost to Josh Warrington. So he's been in there with quality competition and beat some quality competition in his career. Jamel Herring is WBO champion. He beat Masasuke Ito to win a championship. He also beat Lamont Roach. That was, his two biggest wins so far in his career. And, Jamel Herring is 5'10" with a 70-inch reach. So he's pretty tall and has good size for the 130 pounds. Carl Frampton is 5'5" and with a 62-inch reach. So, I mean, it's an interesting fight, because whoever wins this fight, I believe, will get the shot against Oscar Valdez, a unification bout with Oscar Valdez, whoever wins this fight. So this is a big fight for the 130-pound division. This will basically solidify both of them as being top 130-pounders in the world. Jamel Herring's already that, but it would solidify him, beating a guy like Carl Frampton. Or Carl Frampton would solidify himself as this would be his third division that he's been a world champion in, a legit world champion in. So it's an important and quality fight. I also want to give some keys to the fight, which I think is important. So I'm going to start with Carl Frampton. I think the key for Carl Frampton in this fight is to use his experiences at the highest levels. Carl Frampton is versatile because he can fight, he can fight from distance, he can fight inside, he can fight outside, he can mix it up, he can brawl, he can do all those different things. He's a quality fighter. I got a lot of respect for Carl Frampton. So the keys in this fight for Carl Frampton is to get Jamel Herring on the back foot. Make sure that he is leading the dance, because Jamel Herring can fight off his back foot, but there will be more opportunities if he's pushing the fight forward. He's pushing the fight on Jamel Herring, and he'll be able to close that distance, because Jamel Herring's got 8 inches of 5 inches of height and 8 inches of reach against him, so he has to close the distance. Another key will be for this fight for Carl Frampton is to use his jab. Even though he's the shorter fighter, use the jab, because it'll put you in position. It'll get you in range a little better and put you in better position. That's another key. And another thing is, for Carl Frampton in this fight is look for go to the body, of course, but look for counter-punching opportunities, you know what I'm saying? And just be the aggressor in this fight. Push the pace, be the one, Carl Frampton throws a lot of punches. He's a high-volume puncher, so that's his keys if he's going to win this fight. And then the keys for Jamel Herring is use your height and range. You're 5'10", you're 5'10", and you have 8 inches of reach on him. 8 inches of, arm reach against him. Use your physical traits. Use the jab, because you have a good jab and you use it, and you have an educated jab, Jamel Herring. Mix it up like you do. Head, body, sternum, stuff like that, like you always do. You know what I'm saying? Fight tall, fight long. Keep this fight, and then fight at the pace that you want to fight. Don't fight at Carl Frampton's pace. Another key for Jamel Herring is, look for that check hook that you throw, because you throw a pretty good right check hook. So look for that when Carl Frampton is stepping in, when he's stepping into the punch, when he's stepping inside your range. Look for that check hook. That's going to be key and, important in this fight. And also for Jamel Herring is not to, turn, because sometimes with Jamel Herring, Andre Ward talked about this. Sometimes he kind of, I don't know if it's a mental lapse or Jamel falls in love with his work or he gets fatigued. Sometimes he'll give up some rounds because, he'll just kind of go through the motions. So this fight, he needs to be turned on the whole fight. He needs to be locked in the whole fight, every minute, every round, every second. He has to be locked on to win this fight. And another key for Jamel Herring in this fight is frustrate Carl Frampton. Make him feel his height. and his reach. Make him feel his height and his reach. Make him feel like, damn, he's a mile away. You know what I'm saying? So that's the keys for Jamel Herring for me. You know, use that good jab that you have. Use the check hook. Look for that. And just be smart and be intelligent in the ring. So now let's get to the predictions. My prediction for this fight will be that Jamel Herring will win a close decision. It might be a split decision, it might be a majority decision, but it's going to be a very, very close decision because I believe Jamel will take the earlier rounds because it's going to take Carl Frampton some time to adjust to that height and adjust to getting in his range. But I think Carl Frampton will be able to do that and have some of the success that Lamont Roach had against Jamel Herring. And I think it was a 6 or 7 round where he was having success. I think he will have success. He'll start taking those mid rounds, but then I think Jamel will just squeeze those last few rounds out and he'll get a close decision. So that's what I'm picking. I'm picking Jamel Herring to retain his WBO 130-pound junior lightweight title over Carl Frampton and get the biggest win in his career, but it'll be very, very close. It'll be a split decision or majority decision. I could be wrong, but I think this fight is going to be really, really close. And yeah, and then after that, maybe Jamel Herring can go take on Oscar Valdez and have an opportunity to unify. Both guys are with top rank. I don't see the issue for the fight happening. So yeah, just wanted to get my prediction out for that fight, man. Y'all be good. Y'all be safe. Von Blues Boxing. I'm out.